Ah, yes. I remember the first time I landed a plane. I almost veered off the runway. What's good, people? Agent Juice reporting for duty. I would like to spin ye a yarn as to the first time I flew and landed a plane, and I had a little oopsie daisy. Now, fortunately, it was not a big oopsie daisy. As you can see, I am alive and unspoiled in front of you, and of course, the aircraft made it out just fine. But at the time, it was kind of scary, and since this is the month of October, it seems rather appropriate to tell a scary story. So allow me to set the scene. It is early in my flight training, and I am working the pattern, which is the first thing you really learn how to do so you can be comfortable operating the aircraft. And it's the first time that my flight instructor really lets me get a hold of the yoke and do the actual landing. He's kind of letting me do most of the work, working that flare as you're coming in. And sure enough, the tires hit and everything seems hunky-dory. So what do you do once the tires hit? Well, of course, you pull back to get that aerodynamic braking going, and you press the brakes on the rudders. There's only an itty-bitty little problem. I'm not really, at this point, used to working the rudders, and the way the rudders are arranged in a Piper Cherokee, on the left side rudders, the right foot pedal has this bar cross thing just above the upper part that is the brakes on the rudder. My foot catches on that bar above the brake, and I'm not able to fully depress the right brake. So I'm putting more pressure on the left brake, and of course what that does is that makes the plane turn hard to the left. So the thing is that instructors will give you a certain amount of leeway to screw up before they have to jump in. Problem is that I far exceeded that screw up because I was really veering hard left off the runway. And so he says the magic words that puts fear in the hearts of many a student: my controls. So when he says my controls, I let go and say your controls, and he sets us back straight. And after he does, he puts us to a full stop. We taxi off the runway and go back to do a taxi back. At the time, being very new to flying, hearing a flight instructor yell my controls to essentially grab the toy away from the child who's about to hurt himself kind of really rattled me. That was a very scary moment. His demeanor seemed rather calm, so it sounds to me like he kind of handles these situations all the time, which is, makes sense. He's a flight instructor. He's probably had many students do many stupid things, and clearly he's still alive, so he was able to, rescue bad situations. But the thing is that first little hiccup with me hitting that stupid little diagonal bar on the rudders really made me rudder shy for quite a while in the plane. And that was kind of a big hiccup that even to this day, I'm still trying to train myself out of and trying to be a little more authoritative on working the rudders. The point of this story, besides being a scary little tale, is to say that I know firsthand what it's like to have something taint your learning process. If you have something like that happening to you, whether you are a pilot as well, or if you're doing something else that involves a mistake that made you shy away from something, I feel for you, I understand, and hopefully you can find a way, an effective way to work through it, because the only way through it is through it. You got to get back on that saddle at some point if you want to continue to actually get good at the thing you're trying to get good at. So what about you? What are your harrowing tales of flying or horseback riding or fencing or whatever weird activity you've done that you had a little mishap for? I'd love to hear it in the comments section below. And with that said, I thank you for spending this time with me. Here's to your clear skies, here's to your smooth landings, here's to you learning how to do things better despite your mix-ups. And until next time, deuces.